BM of leaving you with a box. But we are all now good to go. I no longer have a chocolatey throat, and so we can cast. In the upper left hand corner of the map we have our blue crossplayer representing AT Gaming. This is Bouli. And his opponent down to the bottom right hand corner, the pink Protoss player from Dignitas Dead Pixels. Patience. Alright guys, so PvP here in a best of 7. Let's see how this goes. And let's see what these guys can get up to early on in this game. So yeah, Gateway coming down here, and that's going to be the same start for both players. Gateway in their base, and right now we just see Bouli checking to see if there's anything hidden in his base, any proxy gates or anything like that, just checking every single corner. Look at that, being very, very careful. And Patience not being quite as careful, just sending a probe across the map to scout. So probe heading across the map for Patience. And he's just going to scout out Bouli in a few moments here. Both players starting to take that double gas here on Coda, one of the more standard maps of the map pool nowadays. One of the maps we see pretty much every single series at the start to determine who will be taking the first map of the series, because pretty much every time we see this being picked by the players. So a probe comes in, and we'll be chased around a little bit, and we'll actually come and steal some minerals here, as well as disrupting some of the mineral stacking of the probes in the main base. Simon X course starts for both players, slightly faster for Bouli here actually, as this probe will come in and nibble away at its opposing probes. Not really going to gain too much here, just doing a little bit of something here and there. And now we see probe just coming back in, but still not really doing too much, just nibbling when it can, and doing a little bit of damage. Okay, so probe's going to move away now, going to loop around the left hand side, and again just stick in the main base as long as he can. We do see a kind of tech choice being made here by Bouli, who is starting to put down a second gateway, something Patience will see early on, and so immediately he's going to be starting to realise that, okay, I'm going up against 2 gates early, and because of this there's a couple of different ways he's going to want to respond. I mean, he's going to want to make sure he's going to be safe against any pressure from his opponent, and really safe against any kind of really committed pressure. So a sentry is on the way in the production tab now, you can see, for Patience, and that sentry is going to be very important, because should a free gate follow-up to this come about, he's going to have a force field to drop on the ramp, and that generally suggests he's going to be teching up himself. He's not really going to be focusing all too much on his own and on his own kind of gateway unit production. Start of Twilight Council, as we're pretty much expecting. He's actually got a zealot off across the map right now, but that's not really going to be able to achieve too much here for a little while, so kind of intrigued as to where this is going to go. I think he's kind of hunting down proxy pylon locations and just seeing what his opponent's up to see if he can find anything there. He's actually going to leave it in the bushes and leave that spot for anything coming along this left hand side of the map in the relatively near future. Twilight Council finishing up here for Patience, and a Stargate coming in as well for Bouli. And this will show us the initial tech choices here in this game. It's going to be a Dark Shrine for Patience. So he's going to pop this down. This is something we used to see Patience do a lot back when he used to play in the Team League for Alien Invasion, which was way back when. He used to play Dark Shrine builds a lot of the time, so quite cool to see him doing this again here now, and that Dark Shrine on the way. Oracle on the way as well from Bouli, and that will act as a form of detection. Probably will be able to scout out the Dark Shrine as well when he gets into the main base to start doing some harassment to the worker line. That Zealot from earlier in the game is starting to approach the front door here, and kind of unfortunate because he actually probably would have just missed the Oracle if he'd stayed where he was. And so that's just going to move forward, see what he can spot. He sees a probe, and he sees an expansion coming down, so just trying to get some general information and swipe a couple of swipes onto this Stalker here. Very interesting early Zealot there, doesn't really achieve anything at all. Patience with his Nexus already started, which is kind of expected with the Dark Shrine play. Get a nice fast expand up, and this Oracle going to be coming in. It is the only form of detection available right now. Sentries warped in. I mean, that makes no sense at all. The Bouli does see the Dark Shrine. I mean, warping in sentries just... I have no idea. I have absolutely no... That has to be a mistake by Patience. Why would you warp in 2 sentries to deal with a... right? Like, why would you ever want to warp in 2 sentries instead of 2 Stalkers to deal with an Oracle? I just don't think you ever would. He has got the potential to make the DTs now, but he's actually not going for it just yet. He starts to blink instead, and looks as though he's just going to sit and defend his 2 bases right now, not really look to utilize the Dark Shrine just yet, and that's not necessarily a mistake at all. I mean, it's been scouted now, and so he's going to just be a little bit cautious, and why open a DT to do damage when it's just literally going to walk into a observer and die. So Patience just going to play this out slowly, and he's got his expansion up, he's got a slight worker lead, and that'll begin to make up for the kind of lack of he's killed his opponent's Oracle, so him not using the Dark Shrine and killing his opponent's Oracle kind of cancel each other out in such a way that well, there's another Oracle coming in, but basically now he's not necessarily super far behind because Bouli investing in the Stargate tech, which hasn't achieved too much either. He's making another Oracle as well, so he's continuing this Oracle production. He's going big on Oracles, and he's making a Mortal as well back right now as a Forge comes up for Patience in his main base. So adding on the Forge, the Blink is coming up to completion soon enough. It's about a minute away for Patience as well, and we're still actually yet to see the first Dark Templar hit the map. And I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with DTs, even if you don't really use them as a to actually just harass. You can, of course, as Throne of Charge comes in and turns away this Oracle, you can just use them to hold the Watchtower, and you can just maybe use them to deny the 3rd base for a little while as well. Just put that in position there and watch and lie in wait for any probe coming across to try and take that. There's a probe here right now from Bouli. I'd be surprised if he took the 3rd base this early though, as he hasn't even really been focusing that much on his economy. He's still down in workers by about 8 now, 39 to 47 of Patience. That advantage is pretty nice, as Patience actually cutting off the Oracle here. Can he blink under it? I think it's a little bit too far away at this point, so not quite going to be able to grab that there, and this Oracle will escape over to the right hand side and start to regenerate its shields here for now. Did he like that other Oracle finish? Yes he did. Where's that one? The enemy base actually picking away, sorry, in the natural expansion, picking away at some sentries, and now gonna keep on killing workers here. Sorry, I forgot we don't actually have Game Heart on this set of replays, so getting a few worker kills there, and actually starting to even up the worker count now, 48 to 47, so he's doing a pretty good job on this. He's about to take the worker lead, and so he's made up that worker deficit that was apparent from earlier in the game. Starting to go into Colossus production. Patience is still sticking with just Immortal production right now, and sorry, he's got a Robo-Blade down, so I missed that in the production tab, so he's got both players going into Colossi, so it's actually a very, very standard game at this point. Yeah, it's a very standard game between these 2 guys. It's very even, it's very... I mean, there's nothing really between them. 3rd base is going to be dropped first of all here by Bouli, as Patience moves onto the map a little bit. I guess Patience has Blink and his opponent doesn't because of the initial Oracles. That is kind of the difference here from the start of this game. So these Oracles were made by Bouli, whereas Patience, he went for Blink instead. And now one of them, in fact both of the X-Oracles have been taken down, so that'll be that, and at the end of the day the work count will remain even. So I guess Patience benefits from this a little bit more so in the long run, because he'll have Blink all game long, of course. Good Blink on top of this token, he will, to pick that off. Oh, just gets away, 1 hit away from death, 1 HP away from death, so Stalker just manages to survive there from that aggressive Blink from Patience, as both of these guys will just sit kind of passively now. I mean, Patience still got a few Stalkers on the map. He might be able to cancel this 3rd base. I think there's enough here from Bouli to move over and to deny that, but I don't think he wants to really risk it, so he's just going to cancel it. I don't think he's in a super rush to take his own 3rd, and Patience will now start to take a bit of a lead in this, taking this in the forward position so that he can sit in this kind of forward location and kind of control the map while defending his 3rd base at the same time, instead of in the location, say, Bouli was taking it in, where it's a little bit further back and a little bit, it's a little bit further back, it's a little bit more protectable, more defendable, by just sitting passively. Bouli actually going to take this forward base now though, and yeah, it's kind of interesting, the decision between taking this base and the other base. I think because the middle of the map is going to be so important for position, and if you defend here, you're basically saying, I've got the high ground advantage to my 3rd, whereas if you have to defend over here, you really let your opponent get into this low ground concavey area. I mean, I guess you can kind of let that happen now already, but I don't think it's quite as prominent. It's kind of weird, I don't know. I don't know if what I'm saying really makes sense to you guys. Like, Like right now, if you want to attack into this base, they're not really going to come all the way around here, right? So they're not going to get into this kind of low ground concave area, so you have much more defender's advantage, where if you expand here, you'll have the high ground, but they'll be able to spread out in a massive concave down here, and you're kind of stuck up here, or you're stuck over there. And that can still happen if, you know, they come in from this other angle, but it gives you a lot more time, because you should have vision over here or something, so you can get into this sort of position here yourself and start to defend. That's how I kind of see this right now, is why it's a slightly better base, but it is definitely debatable. It's you know, not set in stone, or it's one of them things where I guess it's kind of preference, as well as a couple of cannons will get taken down here. These Blade Stalkers are just going to trade against whatever they can get, and he's not going to make his way up this ramp. Force field comes down. This is a really weird. Oh, sorry, he does have high ground vision, so he sneaks into the main, and actually now really blocked out for a moment or two, but he's not really going to get anything done. He doesn't target down probes or anything. And behind all of this, Bouli has been catching up in the worker count. He's in the upgrade count, sorry. In the worker count, he is actually still 11 workers down. Patience getting some damage done. And these Stalkers still alive here as these odds, trying to finally clean this up, and we'll finally be able to clean off the rest of these Stalkers. So +2 finishing Bouli. But the upgrades at an even. I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is Bouli is at the even. Oh my god! I keep saying even, and it's not going to help me. Bouli is at the same upgrades now as Patience. Wasn't that so hard? Did that really take 15 to 20 seconds to get out of my mouth? Yes, it did. Today, speaking with Bouli 101, we begin with basic sentences. Hallucinated Phoenix moves across, and we'll see the position of this army. Bouli, is he going to get aggressive here? What's the Colossus count looking like? 6 to 4? He really could. He's got a Narcon coming in. He should just attack, man. Patience is in trouble. He's way down in army supply. He doesn't have any kind of advantage here, apart from a concave. Is this concave going to be enough? Let's see. As Bouli comes up the ramp, and oh, is he just going to disengage? I think he might be. I don't know. He's got such an advantage. It's so hard for him to know this, but 6 Colossi against 4 is such a huge difference. He's going to come along this way now, and again, this is what I'm talking about, getting into this sort of position, but Patience can see this. He has a Zealot in position. He knows what's happening, so he's able to now get onto this low ground that I was talking about earlier and get into the same concave of his own. As he will split up here. It's now 5 Colossi for Patience. He's much better spread than Bouli is. As Bouli's going to start coming forwards into this now. And the Time Warp's come down. The Archons and Zealots move forward from both players. Hallucinated Colossus coming in from Bouli as well. As it just looks to be a fairly even trade so far. Bouli is still not quite as spread out as his opponent, but it looks as though Patience, with some extra warpings here, is, well, looks as though he was going to be holding on for a moment, but now he's actually in a little bit of trouble. A couple of Colossi moving up towards this third base. And now Bouli's actually going to start chasing those down. Bouli is in a pretty good position right now, moving forwards here. Going to take down these pylons, and he's going to take down this base even, perhaps. He needs to just go after those Colossi, I feel. There's no reason for him not to. He doesn't want to take too much free damage here, though. Actually, Patience is going to maybe reconverge on him, and he's going to reconverge. He's not as clumped up, and this could be a little bit of a downfall now from Bouli. All of his Colossi are clumped, and they're going down very quickly, and if they were just spread out a little bit more, this could be looking very different right now, but it isn't. He's just lost every single Colossus. He doesn't kill one from what was a huge advantage for him. That was a massive mistake. That was a huge mistake by Bouli. That was such a throw. No, Bouli, this was your opportunity to get rid of Patience. This could have been it. Imagine this 80 game in 1-0 up taking down Patience. He's been such a monster this season. He's been all killing teams left, right and centre. He all killed Team Liquid. He all killed Immortals. You know, he's killed a bunch of teams, and if you can get rid of him in the first game, amazing. But now he's going to stick around. He's going to go into game 2. Yeah, okay, there's players on 80 game that can definitely take down Patience, but to lose an opportunity like this, like this is such a shame. And there's no coming back from losing 5 Colossi and killing none. And right now, Patience is going to slowly work his way against this. What a turnaround from Patience. Split up his Colossi to just keep them alive, and then use that splitting as a chance to reconverge from all different angles to come back in and just completely turn the tide of the battle. Really cool little play there by Patience then, as his unit's going to come back up towards the third base. Bouli just has to sit and defend, but I'm not sure how long he can really sit and defend for, guys. These Colossi are going to spread out a little bit once more. And they're going to maybe come up this ramp, and this might be it. bullseye lasers will begin to fire. Results will surround, and that should be game. Patience forces the game. Well played out of Bouli, and that will be game.